The top stories for the hour. Ethiopia's Finance Minister Ahmed Shide met UK's State Minister to boost the economic prospects of Ethiopia. And UN warns Sudan conflict may extend to new front in Western Darfur. Hello and very warm welcome to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism from the capital Addis Ababa with the news. I'm Biniam Getana. Do stay tuned. Here now the news in plain. Ethiopian delegation meets UK State Minister at the 2024 IMF Spring meetings. The Ethiopian delegation, led by Finance Minister Ahmed Shide, held talks with UK State Minister for Development and Africa, Andrew Mitchell, during the 2024 IMF Spring meetings. According to the Ethiopian Embassy in Washington, D.C., USA, the discussions centered on Ethiopia's economic prospects and resilience amidst local and global challenges. The embassy also highlighted the UK's investment interest in Ethiopia and its support for regional stability and integration in the Horn of Africa. Minister Shide expressed gratitude for the UK's ongoing support for Ethiopia's humanitarian needs and development agenda, including economic reforms, infrastructure, human development and private sector investment. In response, Minister Michel reiterated his country's commitment and advocacy for an ambitious IDA 21 replenishment. Both parties agreed to deepen bilateral cooperation in strategic and priority sectors within Ethiopia. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Industry of Ethiopia has signed a 4-year project agreement with the Japan International Cooperation Agency to strengthen the Made in Ethiopia or Ethiopian Tamrit program. The initiative, aimed at boosting manufacturing industry competitiveness, will receive technical policy and capacity building support. Launched last year, Ethiopia Tamrit aims to enhance the country's manufacturing industry. Minister of Industry Mr. Melaku Alabel highlighted the importance of support from JICA, including financial assistance, knowledge, skills and technology transfer in driving development and competitiveness. Meanwhile, Chief Representative of JICA Ethiopia Office, Oshimina Kensuke, affirmed Japan's support for Ethiopia's Tamrit, emphasizing knowledge and technology transfer as well as capacity building. The Memorandum of Understanding was signed by Minister Melaku Alabel and Chief Representative Oshimiya Kensuke.
This is the Fila festivity. The festival is named after the Fila, an aerophonic musical instrument frequented by the Darashi people. The Darashi are concentrated in and around Gidole, an ancient town founded in the mid-1920s and is now located in the Gardula zone in the southern Ethiopia. The fila are generally made of bamboo and are suited to either high or low pitch sounds.
ብርሃኑ ኩናሎ እባላለሁ የጋርዱላ ዞን ዋና አስተዳዳሪ ነኝ። ከልጅነቴ ጀምሮ የምትጀምረው ነው መጀመሪያ በድራሼ ባህል
My name is Brano Kunalo. I am Chief Administrator of the Gardula Zone. This is something I grew up with right from my early childhood. According to the Derasha way of doing things, a child, irrespective of sex, has to learn the fila dance.
የፊላ ጫወታ ነውና እኔን በተመለከተ ከልጅነቴ ጀምሮ ያደኩበት ነው።
A fila choir is said to be complete when participants are anywhere between 24 and 30. But since nearly everyone practices in the dance, celebrants have no problem coming up with that required choir formation.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. There is no tiring in this. We never get bored or wiped out because we simply got the lungs for this. It's a game I like best because it enhances communal values.
ከጠዋት ጀምረህ ቀኑን ሙሉ ብትጫወት አይደክምህም።
Welcome back. You're still watching ABC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. Now step into another news. The Armenian ambassador to Ethiopia, Ambassador Sahak Sarjan, said Armenia wants to strengthen bilateral and multilateral relations with Ethiopia. The Armenian ambassador to Ethiopia highlighted the deep ties between the two nations, emphasizing their potential to enhance bilateral and multilateral relations. He noted that Kevork Nalbadian, an Armenian musician, composed Ethiopia's national anthem used until 1974, and his nephew played a key role in modern Ethiopian music. The ambassador mentioned existing collaborations in culture, education, and ICT, expressing the desire to expand into tourism, agriculture, and energy sectors. He emphasized the need to strengthen multilateral relations and spoke of plans for a documentary and concert to strengthen cultural ties. Despite centuries of shared history, the Armenian embassy in Ethiopia was established only 4 years ago, actively working to strengthen ties. Armenia helped Ethiopia in providing modern weaponry during the Battle of Adwa, he noted. Meanwhile, United Nations Under-Secretary General for Political and Peace-Building Affairs, Rosemary Ann DiCarlo, has issued a stark warning regarding a potential imminent attack on al-Fashir in western Darfur. Such an attack, if it occurs, would exacerbate the already dire situation in the region, posing a grave risk to the delivery of essential humanitarian aid. The area is already teetering on the brink of famine, and any further disruption to aid efforts could have devastating consequences for the vulnerable populations living there. DiCarlo has emphasized the importance of all parties involved in the conflict upholding their obligations under international humanitarian law and international human rights law. The situation in Darfur has long been marked by violence and instability, with various armed groups vying for control and civilians bearing the brunt of the conflict. The potential attack on al-Fashir represents a dangerous escalation, further intensifying the suffering of those already struggling to survive. As the situation unfolds, cooperations and commitment from all parties are crucial for progress, and the international community must remain vigilant in preventing further violence and alleviating the suffering of the people of Darfur. And now a recap of the top stories once again. Ethiopia's Finance Minister Ahmed Shidei met UK's State Minister to boost economic prospects of Ethiopia. And the UN warns Sudan conflict may extend to new front in western Darfur. You've been watching ABC World from the capital Addis Ababa with me, Binyam Gitana, along with the technical staff. Thank you for being with us, and once again, thank you for your company. Do stay tuned with the remaining ABC programs, and goodbye from me now.